Hi, I'm Volgora, and you're watching a versus video of the Game Boy Advance SP versus the Game Boy Micro. Alright, first I'm going to talk a bit about the Game Boy Advance SP. If you don't already know what it is, then you've been living underneath a rock for the past, 5 years, and basically it's like the best Game Boy ever made because you can play all your Game Boy games, Game Boy Color and Advanced games, of course. You know, 3 different generations of games. You got the light. You can turn off the light, and with the newer Game Boy Advance SPs, you have like 3, instead of like turn off the light, you can make it dim, bright, brighter, or brightest, like 4 different light settings. And you know, they come in different colors. They're really great. It has the standard link cable port, so you can trade with the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Pocket. Oh wait, not the Game. Yeah, you can trade with the Game Boy Pocket. Game Boy Pocket, Color, and even the Game Boy Advance, and of course SP. And they all have about the same port. And the other port is for your charger, which also is compatible with the DS, the original DS. And see, the buttons they're smaller, but you'll get used to them. You know, everything's perfectly responsive and fine. The buttons are a lot flatter, which is not what I would expect from a Game Boy, because usually they like jump out a bit more and they're a lot looser. But anyways, it's not bad, you know. It's just a personal taste. But anyways, the only thing that was wrong with the Game Boy Advance SP was there was no headphone jack. If you didn't know that, you've been living underneath a rock for a while, because yeah, there's no headphone jack. And so Nintendo came out with this, and this would be like a fixer-upper. Not really a fixer-upper, but like, I don't know, just another Game Boy. And this one has a headphone jack, it has a brighter screen, and it has like 3 settings: dim, or so bright, brighter, and brightest. Because if this thing's bright, you turn it on, and it's even too bright for the screen right there. So I hold down L and press down, and that's how low it goes. There's only, yeah, and now that's how bright it is. So it's pretty freaking bright. So if you're playing this in a bright area, you'll be able to see your game. However, what I don't like about it is the screen's so freaking small. You know, it's like as big, I don't know, as like an iPod Shuffle almost. I'm trying to think of a good comparison, but it's pretty dang small. When you have a Game Boy has a screen this big, why would you get a Game Boy that has almost half this size of the screen? Because it's that much smaller. But it may be way freaking smaller, but the resolution is way better too. Because it looks like, you know, it's on high definition TV or something. But then again, since it's smaller, you also want to hold it close to your face because it's smaller. Unlike this one, it's bigger, so you don't need to hold it as close to your face. You can, but you know, you don't. You know, it's bigger. So yeah, that's one of my complaints about it. Is the screen's so much smaller. You didn't need to make it so much smaller because look, there's still space on top, and a little bit of space on the bottom is a lot of space on the top. Its thickness is pretty thin. It's about the same weight. It's kind of weird. but the thickness is about half, exactly half. Yeah, so it's pretty thin. However, it says there's no cover on it, the screen will get scratched. Good thing is, these faceplates come off. I'm not gonna do it because this isn't mine. I don't want to break it, but when you take out the faceplates, you also take off like a protective screen cover, and that like protects it from like scratches and stuff. So when you take that off, you get a completely perfect screen underneath. Unless you play your game without the screen or without the faceplate on, and that will be just plain stupid. Because it looks pretty messed up when you don't have the screen protector on. There we go. See, that's what it looks like when the screen protector's off. This looks like a piece of like. It looks like what? It looks like somebody took a screwdriver and like this and like pried this off. That's what it looks like. Because it just looks so bare and blah. But I guess that's a good thing, because then you don't want to leave your screen protector off or your faceplate. So yeah, basically, this Game Boy is not very good. When it first came out, it was $100 in 2005. Now they're $50, which is a pretty good price for something that sucks. This, when it first came out, was $100 in 2002. Now it's $80. So now this one, first this was more expensive than this, but now this is more expensive than this, which makes sense because this one's way better because you can play old games on this, and this one only plays Game Boy Advance games. And on the DS, you can only play DS games, and in the Game Boy Advance slot, you can only play Game Boy Advance games. So if you have a Game Boy Advance, if you have a DS, there's no reason to have one of these, because you can play the game on the DS. Oh yeah, another thing about this, there's only one port, and if you play Pokemon, you can't trade your Pokemon because you have to get an adapter. Which, okay, then you could, but then you have to have an adapter, and that just sucks. It's a huge bummer. So in my conclusion, I say this one owns the micro. The SP just owns it. It owns it. Because, sure, it's $30 more, but what's $30? That's like one DS game difference. One Game Boy Advance game, $30. Come on. Or you can buy one of these used, and they'll be just, you might have a couple scratches on it, but it won't be that bad because it closes and that protects it. And oh yeah, just another comparison. I'll turn the volume up on here all the way up. I'll turn the light on, and turn it all the way up, which I think it is. I think in the new SPs, they like made the screen better resolution. Maybe they didn't. I don't really know. But it's just amazing how good the resolution on this is. But not really as amazing because it's also smaller. But if they could just take the screen from that, make it bigger, and put it on here, that'd be pretty cool. But okay, here's the sound of this one. So there's the microphone. Now here's the sound from this one. Isn't it louder? It is. Yeah, it's way louder. So yeah, this one owns the micro. Stay tuned later when I have another thought. Thank you for watching Volgar's videos.